non-binary powers. Welcome to the SEN Podcast. We're here today with our special guest, Connie. Connie, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Connie, your friend from high school. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Sorry, guys. Connie is pretty much one of our high school mates, and he's agreed to come onto the show, and we're just going to be discussing a few topics. And yeah, so Connie, what's your thoughts on relationships in terms of like the cultural differences? Because you've mentioned you've been to Japan before. What's your thoughts on the differences between like the Japanese culture compared to the Australian culture?
So I think that dating in Australia is very like, you don't really label it as a dating in comparison to in Japan. They label it very early on, like they label it kind of before they start dating maybe. So that's kind of a difference, I suppose. Yeah. So more serious in Japan. Yeah.
Okay. What I've experienced with like dating in Australia and dating internationally is that there's a lot more commitment, like you said, with international. Because I feel like in the West, especially in Australia, it's very casual. Like, they're not as serious, and people can be in like 10-year relationships without any thoughts of marriage and that. Where if you go to somewhere like in South Asia, they're like, okay, we know each other for 2 weeks, let's get married.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like because one of my relationships was international. I dated a girl from Hong Kong for like 4 years. Yeah, that there is a really big difference between our cultures, just because initially with her, I didn't really, we started off as like a situationship, and then later on she popped up the question, like I think it was like a couple weeks before she had to leave because she came here to study, and she's like, oh, okay, so like what's the deal with us? And I'm like,
what are we?
yeah,
Oh,
that's
what are
literally
we
the question. Yeah, literally that question. And I was like, because of our cultural differences, like I just thought, like we just sort of casual, but then at the same time I'm like, all right, like why not just give the relationship a go and see where it leads to. So yeah, I think that's one of the differences that I experienced personally.
Yeah, like it begins casual, but then like the international party will be like, hey, what are we, like, let's make this serious kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've also experienced that a couple times.
Oh yeah. I guess we're all dated internationally here.
Yeah. I'm quite experienced in the international dating scene. You can almost say only. No, I was kidding. No, not only. Just majority.
But since we're on the topic of like relationships there and situationships, Connie, what's your thoughts on situationships versus like a relationship?
I mean, a situationship is like super hard to understand because like I recently was speaking to someone about it. It's like basically you want the perks of being in a relationship with someone about labeling it, right? You want like the feelings of like being like with someone, like it's like the romantic like style, but no attachment. So you want to be able to experience that, but you don't want to have to label it and do the extra things for that person as a relationship would require. That's kind of what a situationship is. So I've learned, I suppose. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I don't really understand situationships. I think they're like a waste.
I think they're like a new age thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much you're afraid of a relationship, basically. So
like you want all the action without the commitment.
You want to test. Yeah, you want to test it out, but you're afraid to. You want to tip your toes in the pond. You don't want to put like a name on that pond. You just want to swim in it. If that makes sense.
No, that actually makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and then relationships pretty much the full commitment, being
Mm.
labeled and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your thoughts on like hookup culture and dating apps right now?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh,
Who else?
yeah,
Who
like,
else?
honestly, with dating apps, I feel like the majority of people on there, they either have like super high expectations of the like it's one of two ways. Either, okay, let's just say a woman has super high expectations because there's just so much to choose from. Like you talk to a girl on a dating app and she's like expecting you to have like this super interesting, like eye-catching profile, like talk to you and like treat her like so amazing to make her want to talk to you, and then like she'll mention like all these things like icks and gaslighting. Like my previous experiences with dating app is like super high maintenance, otherwise they don't even give you a chance, and it's just, in my opinion, a waste of time.
Yeah, the single mum with 3 kids.
On a dating app looking for some like
He has to have 6
some,
figures, 6 pack, and 6 feet
yeah.
tall.
And like treat
yeah.
them like a queen when they've just met them type thing, you know.
Yeah.
But then they can treat you like as cold as possible because, you know, that's how it works.
Yeah.
It's a catfish game. Cat and mouse, sorry.
Oh,
Hey, what about
God.
you guys? What do you guys
I've tried to get into dating apps, but because I don't do casual relationships, I don't do one night stands and that.
Oh, really? Why not? You've never been in like a sex... Wait, what's the word? Like sex partner. I think that's what my ex called it. I don't know what it's actually called.
Friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. You've never had that before?
No, never.
Oh, okay.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I need to have a relationship with someone before I can have intercourse.
Oh, really? Hey, I was the same once. But then, but then things change. I mean, I
Things
realized
definitely change.
things change.
I was talking to Stephen on an earlier episode where I told Stephen I would like to try out casual one day, but I got things I got to organize in my life before I can really commit to something like that.
Having a casual relationship, it can teach you like positive things, but it can also be a negative thing. Like I learned that like the ability to like turn off like emotional detachment is like good, because you can turn it on obviously, but then you can turn it off and it like saves you. I mean, it's good and it's good and it's bad. Like, it can hurt people's feelings, but it can also make you feel like better about yourself in a way, I guess. I don't know if that sounds bad.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, without the commitment there, and
Yeah.
that it's just casual. So then
like you're enjoying
you
yourself.
you leave out your emotions there. So, but then of course, we've previously covered this on one of our previous episodes as well. But like, it's sometimes one person does, jump the gun, and then they kind of turn it into a situationship, or even they might look for a relationship even.
They expect more from that other person.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really had success on dating apps. Maybe my profile was just shit, but
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the profile is so big, and it's like they don't even care about like getting to know the person. They care more about like the initial contact and like the profile and appearances.
Yeah,
it's very
attractiveness.
Yeah.
I'm just not made for dating apps, I guess.
Yeah,
Not that I'm not a handsome son of a gun, but
yeah. But I also think that, like, with dating apps, it's kind of like it's very catfishy, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Like you can pretend to be a certain way, and then you're actually not that way whatsoever. Like I met this girl on the dating app. Her name, I dare not say her name. It starts with A. But she was like the sweetest girl at first, like super kind, like, but then like slowly, like breadcrumbs, they start to appear. Like I went on a holiday by myself. Like it was planned months prior to meeting her. And then like I go on this holiday, I'm over there, like we're just friends. We hadn't actually met in person yet. And she's like calling me every day, like telling me I'm like cheating on her, like disrespecting her,
Huh?
doing all these things, and we haven't even met in person, let alone dating. And it's like you can initially think someone's like super sweet and nice, but then like you don't actually know a person from a dating app until you get to know them, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of girls as well, sorry I'm ranting, but they make you wait like weeks and like a month before meeting them because they're like they've been taken advantage of maybe over a dating app. Like meet a guy, they casually meet them, and then they're like, oh, it's gonna break my heart, blah blah blah. So then they make other guys wait a really long time.
Yeah, I've
waste time.
personally experienced that as well.
Yeah, I've experienced that too. They're so flaky on dating apps. It's so hard
Yeah,
to get
like-
anyone to commit.
I know, and it's like, oh yeah, I wait 2 months of talking stage. They call it talking stage. Like in real life, if you're meeting someone, you meet them day one, you find out if you like them or not. If you talk for 2 months, you meet in person, you don't like them. What do you do then?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
goodbye,
a
it
waste of
was
time.
It was a good 2 months talking to you. Bye.
Yeah,
And
and
like, oh, it's good chat.
yeah,
And then like
and
you're
like
talking to like, yeah, what were you gonna say?
yeah, and like previously, like you're messaging online, there's no emotions behind that,
Yeah.
and like you're not conveying messages like
Mm.
in a way where you'd both know. So I don't know, you could be talking about a sensitive topic and then she might not like it, but then you
Yeah.
mean something else because she doesn't know because you're writing it through text.
Yeah, and that 100% like talking stage is like 8 talking stages going on at once, and like you're looking for more talking stages at the same time as having a talking stage with someone. So it's like a pond of fish that you're in, and it's like it's not good. It's a waste. So,
Gosh, imagine talking to someone for 2 months and it going nowhere.
That
Like,
happens.
if you want to be friends, with someone, then yeah, that's what happens. But if you're on a
Yeah.
dating app, a week at max.
Yeah, you're dating.
If it
You're
goes
dating.
nowhere in a week, just drop that
Move
person.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dude. Literally, I talked to her. Oh my god, like it was so dumb. Like for a month or two, like a month and a half before I went on my holiday, she's like, "Oh, wait till you get back." I come back a month, and she still doesn't meet me. And then I meet someone else, and she goes like super jealous mode, saying, "Oh yeah, you never try, blah blah blah." Some people are just Looney Tunes. Anyways.
Looney
saying
Tunes.
saying I'm cheating on her when I'm in Japan on a holiday by myself. That was crazy.
Oh man.
God.
And it's funny, like I told her like I wasn't. Anyways, never mind.
Anyways. Okay, so you have lived with a partner before, right, Connor?
I have indeed.
So what's that like? I've never done it before.
So I mean, it obviously varies person to person, but in my situation, when I initially had the plan to move in with my previous partner, it was like a forced situation. Basically, to sum it up, she lives with a friend, right? She didn't want to live with that friend anymore. She had no one else to live with, and she needs someone to help her pay rent, etc. So I moved in with her out of the kindness of my heart, you might say.
Mhm.
So it begins on a forced what's the word, opening, I suppose. So it wasn't like, oh, we planned this was like a mutual thing. I didn't want to move in with her like fully because I wasn't like prepared for that kind of situation,
Yeah.
nor did I think it was like ready because we weren't dating for too long. But yeah, that's wait, what was the question again?
Living with a partner, what's that
Oh
like?
yes. What's it like? Yeah, I mean, it has its ups and downs because obviously you're with the person who you presume you love, you want to spend time with, you want to spend your life with. But then like you find out who a person really is when you live with them. Like you see them all the time. Like you see them when they're tired, you learn their habits, you
Yeah.
learn their bad habits and their good habits, and then you have to like mend those two together, like the people. So I think you really know a person when you live with them, especially for like a long period of time.
Yeah.
And that's when you find out if you truly love someone or if you can put up with or be compatible with that person. That's when like your eyes are really opened. Like there was some things that I learned that I didn't know about. And then like because you're spending so much time together, you also learn like what you want and what you don't want and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose it's a challenging experience.
So would
To
you
say.
recommend it though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you truly love someone and you feel
Okay.
like you want to take the next step, yeah, absolutely. Because you learn
Yeah.
more about that person and you can spend time with them. You know,
Yeah,
love
that
them
reminds
every
me
day.
of like a one of the stories, or an analogy or whatever you call it, where you truly know a person when it's a life or death situation.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
like if you're, if you and your partner is stuck on an island together, that's when you truly get to know each other.
Yeah, because the real intentions come out, like what they really care about.
Yeah,
It's like when there's finances involved and there's like house duties and there's like buying groceries and like cooking, cleaning, like that's when you really see all those things, like when you live with someone.
yeah,
And like who's paying for this, who's paying for that, who's like contributing in what area and like puts effort in all the time. Because that's when you live with someone, it's like an all-time thing, except for
yeah.
when maybe you're at work kind of situation. So yeah, I think it's good and bad depending who you live with. My
Yeah.
experience was bad.
So,
Quite bad, I dare say.
So it would
We
be
broke
like,
up not long after.
oh yeah, you
No.
broke up after moving in? Dude, that's
Yeah.
awkward. That's so awkward.
Yeah, we lived together after for like a couple weeks. Yeah,
Damn.
it was fun.
I guess you truly know who's there for you when you're at your lowest.
Mm.
So like, talk about breaking up, how to deal with a breakup, or how to let go of a relationship. Can you give us any advice on that?
To deal with a breakup, I think like it really depends on the person, I suppose. I know some people who struggle. Like I have a friend who's struggling with that, you know. I have many friends who have struggled with letting go, but even myself struggle with letting go. But like it's like you have to see it a certain way to let go of, because you've obviously loved that person for a long time, you know, you've shared aspirations, dreams, feelings, you know, you talk to that person all the time, you're so sad that they're gone. But like you can truly experience that with anyone. You can like even experience that with a friend, like a male. If you're, you know, a guy, like a straight male, you can experience that with a guy friend. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, I'm going off on a mad tangent right now.
Keep going now, keep going.
Like I just changed topics like 4 times. But like dealing with a breakup, I think it in the moment it feels like the end of the world. Like you're like you feel like you can't live without this person. Like you feel like you don't want to find anyone new. You don't think you can find anyone else. You think that person was the only one for you, the only one that understands you. Like you ruined it all. Like all these things. Like you blame yourself. And then eventually, if you can, or maybe you don't, you will come to like a conclusion, or like you'll like accept, and like you'll accept stuff. You'll accept what happened, and like I suppose you forgive yourself, because there's always a stage where you blame yourself, right? After a breakup.
Yep.
So you reach a point where you're like you accept it, and then you obviously in turn forgive yourself, and then you can learn what happened, I suppose, and grow from said breakup, and then yeah, that's how you deal with it. Really, that's how I've dealt with my breakups. There's been a lot of them.
Yeah. Myself personally, I guess the best thing that I did was to kind of just distract myself. Yeah, just hang out with friends, meet up with new people, go out and out, have fun.
Yeah.
Just distract yourself from, because it's one of the lowest points that you ever feel.
Yeah, because you don't want to sit there by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
When you experience low, because it truly feels like a bottomless pit of like
Yeah.
despair. Like you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Every time you're alone, you're like, oh my god, I miss this person. Like, what am I ever gonna do about it?
Hello?
I think Connor's mic cut out.
Oh, sorry, my dog just pulled out my.
Only on the SEN podcast. Only on the SEN podcast.
So yeah, friends definitely help. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. But yeah, friends definitely help.
Hmm.
As
Okay, but what would you recommend for someone who went full in on their girlfriend and started moving away from all their bros and friends, and then they broke up, and now he's all alone? What would you say to that guy? Asking for a friend.
Honestly, like in that situation, truly, like I feel like you can never not reach back out to friends that you may have lost contact with. Like if they were your friend, just because you may distance yourself or like move away from those friends because you meet a girl who you want to, take the next step with, create a life with. That's no negative thing. You can always reach back out to those friends, talk to. They can be there for you. You know, confide or whatever the word is. I'm stupid. And make yourself feel better and experience new things, get new hobbies,
Yeah.
make yourself happy, and realize that it's not the end of the world. You're a great person, and there's someone out there for you.
All right, Connie, what's like some sort of advice would you give to like a specific person or anyone that's like had to let go of like a relationship, and obviously they're currently extremely lonely because they've had to sacrifice everything for it? Like what sort of advice would you give on that?
What sort of advice would I give to said person? I think that you need to find. First of all, it has to start within themselves, of course, from my experience. Like, that's
Yeah.
where letting go begins. You need to understand yourself, and you need to understand what you need to. First of all, like sometimes people blame themselves. I feel like when breakups happen and they can't let go, like they're blaming themselves. At least from my experience, like one of my worst breakups, and I couldn't let go of that situation for like the longest time. It was like, I think it was like a year. I couldn't let go of like the
Oh
mental
damn.
fog. Yeah, I like couldn't forgive myself because I thought in my head that I was the reason like it all happened. Like if I did certain things differently, like we'd still be together. Like this fairy tale land, like this dream world castle. Like, oh, if only I did this differently, if only I did that differently. But like there's two people in a relationship, which means it wasn't just all one person. It was like two people, right?
Yeah.
And there's no dream, like it's real life. There's no dream scenario of like, oh, everything works out. There is always going to be like complications in a relationship, and there's two people in a relationship. So if both people aren't putting their all into the same person, then obviously it's not going to work. And if you understand that, I suppose it might be easier to let go because you won't blame yourself or something. Again, I've just gone off on a tangent, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Nice.
Yeah. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, that answered the question fine. We got a note here that just says family. Steven, do you know what that is about?
Yeah, because we're on the topics of like relationships. How would you say like family has like affected you, like in a good way or a bad way, in terms of like just relationships in general? Could be even like supportive or whatnot.
My personal experience, like my family has been really good with my relationships. I feel like I've not had any real significant like backlash or like restriction or expectation or like any kind of negative, only really positive reactions. But I've experienced
Yeah.
like expectation from people I've dated and their families. I feel like
Yeah.
they expect, I'd say, the person I'm dating expects me to be more or better for their family to like me, I feel like, which is obviously a negative thing. It's like hard to understand because like I've never experienced that in my family, but obviously the people to them it's like, oh, my family needs to like this person, blah blah blah, and like I want them to be proud of my partner type of thing. But yeah, I've experienced that, a negative expectation, basically saying I'm not good enough for their parents.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty sad.
Like, have you ever taught your partner to meet your parents and that, and your parents never liked them? Oh gosh, I've been through that.
So have I ever what? Sorry.
Oh, okay, so I've taken one of my partners to meet my parents and that, and your parents just don't like him. Like,
Really?
she met my parents for 5 minutes. My mom's like, I don't like her.
Why didn't she like her?
She just said she had off feelings about her, like the way she spoke. And it turns out my mum was right about her. I'm like, damn.
Oh,
Usually mums are right though, low-key. Mums are pretty intuitive,
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah. So are you glad that your mum said that now? Or do you think that's a negative?
Oh, I
thing?
dated her for another 6 months, so I should have listened earlier.
Oh, was she hot? Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
oh man.
What about you? Like, you know,
You got any stories like that, Steven?
Yeah, similar, but then again, because my parents are very, like, a very, they like to stick to cultural stuff and traditions. So they have always expected me to marry or be with a girl that's of my own race and ethnicity. But obviously for me, I don't, I'm more open-minded. I don't see the difference. Because if it's a girl that's, of my own race and ethnicity, like, if she can provide what some other girl provide as well, it really makes no difference to me. But obviously to my parents, it's like that because they just like to stick to traditions. So I've never dated I have previously. I've dated girls of the same ethnicity background, but it hasn't worked out at all for me. So yeah, I've usually given up. And plus it's like a small community as well, so like anything negative or positive that's come from in the relationship or that's from the relationship kind of just like spreads like wildfire and stuff like that. So not really my kind of thing.
kind of like a gated community where things get around and it's like everyone hears about it type stitch.
Yeah, plus like I know that a lot of the girls and whatnot, they some girls are good, but the majority of them are not the best. Like what can they provide me?
Yeah, that's so
like
true, yeah.
it's not much they can do with me and for me, but like I know I'll be able to provide whatever's necessary. So it's like there's no benefits for me.
Except a good time in
Oh, maybe not even that.
Probably not, let's be real.
Oh gosh. Yeah, back when I used to be part of my parents' religion, they always wanted me to marry a church girl and that. Bro.
Really? Well, how was that? Have you ever dated a church girl?
Yeah.
Oh god,
So
really?
before I was 18, I only dated church girls. And then after I left the religion, that's when I started exploring more. Dude, the church girls are so lame.
Really?
No
Is-
offense.
are
No
they
offense.
freaky?
They're really nice people. They're not going to cheat on you ever. They know how
really?
to cook and clean. That sounds great, right? But their
Yeah.
personalities are so boring.
So
Because
they're
their
like
whole life
starfish.
is dedicated to the church now. So to be righteous and, faithful to the church.
Yeah.
We don't want
So-
vanilla girls.
You know how they say, like, church girls are, like, freaky in bed? Nah,
Yeah.
that's not true. That's not true at all. Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa.
What are they?
No.
I'll take that as a no.
Silence is so heavy here. So loud, sorry.
No, because they have no experience. Because they say, oh, no sex before marriage, no doing all this and that. So
Yeah, you
you're
wanna
basically
experience
dating a virgin.
Oh, ew.
A girl who's never kissed someone before, or
Oh, ew.
yeah, that's what's like dating a girl in the religion I was part of.
Yeah. Okay, how would you guys, so you guys would rather date an experienced girl than a girl who's not
How
as
experienced?
I don't know, maybe like she's she's gotten around a little bit. Let's say she knows what she's doing.
If she can count it on one hand, fine. If
Damn,
she can
how old
count
is
it
she
on
though?
her finger and toes, no.
I met a girl. How old? It depends how old, right?
Yeah,
Like, you
depends
can't
how old.
expect, like,
yeah.
can't expect a girl
that
like
counts.
25 to be like 4 in. Like that's a bit low, maybe.
For you, maybe. Yeah.
Ah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
No,
I get
four's
it.
fine. Four's fine.
Mm,
I mean, if she's 20 and she's hitting double digits, like, I don't know.
yeah. Okay. Wait, double digits is in 10?
Yeah, 10 plus.
Damn, you guys wouldn't date a girl at 10 plus?
No, personally, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No,
Just don't ask.
there's difference between dating and hooking up. Hooking up, definitely.
Yeah.
Dating,
Oh yeah. I'd hook
probably
up with.
not. Yeah.
I'd hook up with someone who has like 100 digits if they were good.
That's how you got chlamydia.
Whoa! Exposed.
It's okay, no one knows who you are.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, I think dating someone who's not ran through is is probably a positive thing. Yeah, especially if they're like still in contact with said ran throughness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like one of my exes. bleh.
Is there a reason why though we wouldn't date a woman with a high body count? Do you have like reasons why?
I personally wouldn't, because I've learned that I just don't ask about that kind of thing now because first of all, like, it doesn't matter as long as they're not entertaining or even like thinking about that kind of thing. So I don't really, in my most recent experience, even ask or talk about or even care. Like, I just forget about it. But I think, like, you don't want your prize to be passed around, like, and everyone had a piece of it, piece of cake, piece of puzzle. You don't want everyone to have images of your thing.
Ah.
But that's like a thing. Like, you can work. You know.
So you'll
Yeah.
never date an OnlyFans girl, even if her body count was low.
That's a big question.
That's a
Dude.
deep
Rich?
question.
Is she rich though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she balling, bro. She
Yeah,
making
bro.
like
Maybe I would.
20K a month.
Am I in the videos?
yeah. Oh yeah, it depends if you get to be in it. Eh?
If I can be in them, then for sure. I want to be famous too.
Like,
Yeah.
the way I see it is, like, how would you be in the eyes of other men? If you don't care what you're like in the eyes of other men, then go for it.
Oh, like if you're dating an OnlyFans girl?
Yeah.
I mean, do people really care about that kind of thing?
Because you'll get called names like a cuck or a simp or all those.
Really?
Yeah, it
Hmm.
happens all the time online.
Oh wow.
They're
So like if like a guy's dating a girl who does
OnlyFans, yeah.
OnlyFans with other guys, you mean?
Even if she doesn't do OnlyFans with other guys and it's just pictures, they're like,
Ah.
oh, we're all seeing your girlfriend naked. She's for the streets. Like,
Yeah, nah, you're right. Maybe I would date one of those, but I wouldn't be like emotionally invested in that girl. Just using her for money.
I'm not gonna lie, it'll come with a price tag for me. If she's hitting the 5 digits or even 6 digits, then I'll be called a cuck all you want. Because she's my sugar mama. She's my I'll be a sugar baby.
But I think the type of girl that I'm into wouldn't do OnlyFans. Like, I'm not really into like the girl like that. I'm more into, my type is like super. I wouldn't say introverted, but not like an OnlyFans girl.
Oh yeah, what
They-
is your
they
type?
would- My type. Why did I make this sound?
Yeah, write it down. While you have it.
What is my type? I'm not sure. What about you guys? Definitely, I like cute girls.
All I can say is she won't be in a club. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
She won't be in a club. She wouldn't be at a rave. Yeah.
Oh, ew, rave girls.
Oh, don't even remind
They
me.
do drugs. What? Can you say that in a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if she like smokes, I'm okay with that. If she's,
Oh,
like,
I wouldn't date a smoker. I have smoked, but I wouldn't date a smoking girl. I don't know why.
Yeah. For
You
me,
would?
my pet peeve is drugs, definitely.
Mm.
Marijuana girls, especially. I would never date a marijuana girl.
Mm.
Bad experiences around people who smoke that stuff.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What else is there?
If we're going off my type, I know my type.
What's your
Smart,
type?
funny, kind, reliable, takes accountability, you know. So I'm basically looking for a unicorn.
Yeah. The impossible find. The
Yeah,
dream.
we gotta find how to summon a portal, guys.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Hey.
since we're on the topic, I'd say mine. And as we previously discussed, body counts and stuff, I would prefer mine to not have any. Obviously, even if they're not experienced, but because if I'm experienced, like I know what I want, so you know I can easily convey that to my partner. That's it just makes it a lot easier.
Jeez, and
yeah,
I
I
thought
get
I
that,
was
I
looking
get
for a unicorn. Steven's
I'm
like,
I'm looking for like I don't know,
Like a
man. Like
virgin.
I'm looking for an angel, not even a unicorn right now, bro. Like literally God sent. But like yeah, because I don't like I prefer not to have a girl that's ran through.
have
just
you?
like I
Steven,
don't want
women with a
the
look.
emotional baggage that comes from
Oh,
their
dude.
exes.
Oh.
fuck.
Tell me
Because
about
not only that, like
Oh.
if I do date one that's got baggage from the previous relationship, I've got to deal with her emotional baggage as well. So then I don't want to stack that on top. I'd rather deal with just the emotional baggage rather than the emotional baggage from the ex.
Oh,
Because
sounds bad.
most of the girls, or I would say all of the girls that I've dated thus far in my life, have always had some sort of mental baggage that comes with them. So I'd rather just deal with that, rather than a girl that's got a high body count and has all this baggage along with them. Like it just makes it a lot more easier because my type of girl is like cute, quiet. They're not at the clubs and stuff. That I want to date, and one that doesn't do drugs or smokes, stuff like that. But yeah, that is just my personal preference, though.
Steven, have you considered getting into Mormonism?
No, because I don't think it would suit me. Just because I'm not that
But
good
the
of
girl
a
you
person
want will be like a
myself.
Mormon or something, or a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, but then if I do, then I've got to deal with like I would have to sacrifice my Sunday.
My rest day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's my rest
My
day.
rest
It's
day,
the most
brother.
important day of the week.
Oh my gosh.
And like, not only that, it's like
That's when you sleep in.
yeah, and like it's she's I'd like a girl that's like she kind of knows what she wants as well.
Oh, fine, a Catholic then.
A Catholic.
We all know Catholics don't go to church. Let's be real.
Are you guys like super religious or religious at all?
I'm currently Buddhist, but I'm not
Oh,
on
you're
the
Buddhist.
religious side. I'm more on the practicing side. So I meditate and
Well, that's cool.
yeah, I
Yeah,
try
me,
and live. Ghosting. Yeah.
Yeah, me, nothing. I'd rather, I've got too much to deal with myself. Like, I've got demons to fight, so
Yeah, no,
I don't
no,
have
no,
time
no.
to be,
Yeah, that's for real. That's for
Yeah.
real. For real.
you got 5 people to carry in League of Legends.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, fact.
Oh my god. Okay, so you went to Japan recently, I guess. Tell us
Yeah.
about your travels.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first time going overseas, actually. Very excited. I loved it. It was the best. I went alone. That was also the best. Like, I was nervous about it leading up to it. But honestly, for my first time ever doing something like that, I would not have it any other way. I would do it if I had to redo it, I would do it the same way. It was such an amazing experience, you could say. Yeah, it was great.
So, like, where did you go and what did you get up to?
You know, I traveled around. I traveled around. I did things. I did things. I spoke. I met a lot of people actually. I really just went on a big social like brawl, I guess, if that's a way to say it. You know, I went to different parts of Japan, like Kyoto and Osaka. You know, I met all different kinds of people from like America and Qatar and Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
If like, what's one of the best highlights from your trip
Oh.
there?
Like,
What's something you really enjoyed? It can be anything. What's something
Okay.
you enjoyed when you were there?
You know, meeting the people, the Japanese people, like the guys and girls there were very lovely to chat to, very open, very kind, very polite. You like when you talk to them, like you talk to like foreign people here in Australia, they're like, okay, like whatever, blah blah blah. Like they're just like, sometimes they're even like annoyed that you talk to them in a social setting, like a bar or like a club, for example.
Yeah.
But when in Japan, like you talk to like a foreign person there, or like as a foreigner you talk to them, like it's the same like in Australia if you talk to, for example, a Japanese person or like a Korean person or American person or English person. Yeah, from my experience, like it's not open arm welcoming a lot of the time. But every experience I had over there when I was a foreigner talking to foreign people, to me, just positive, you know,
Yeah.
amazing,
That's great.
open arms, yeah, very friendly. That was the best. That was the most memorable experience, just talking to people. Is that a boring answer?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So, like, we all met in high school, but high school was almost a decade ago now. How does it feel to age?
You know, you get older, you get poorer, you get out of breath, and you get slower.
Yeah, you know, you wake up with back problems and stuff.
You feel wiser, but really you're actually just learning more, and it never ends, and you feel dumber. At least in my experience.
Really now?
And then you get more responsibilities,
Oh yeah.
and then you get more expectations, and you get more ambitions. You know? Yeah. What about you guys?
One thing I was scared of was body hair. I'm not very big on body hair at all.
Do you have a lot of body hair?
No, not at all.
Really? Why are you so scared of that?
No, when I was younger, I was scared because I was gonna end up like my dad with a back full of hair. You know, a really hairy chest. Like, I didn't want that.
Yeah. And you didn't get it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Damn, you're lucky, man. Like, dude, I'm Asian, and like out of my whole family, I've got the most fucking body hair. Like, you know, I hate having a lot of body hair, but like, you know, you just can't control it, and it just grows. But I guess it dawns on you over time. But like, you know, I guess you could say I've got more hair where you need it than where you don't need it. So I guess that's a plus. You know, more cushion for the pushing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Oh.
my thoughts on like aging. You know, like when I was younger, I thought, oh yeah, once I become an adult, life gets easier. But you know, I was definitely wrong about that.
Yeah,
It
no, life just gets
gets
harder.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I didn't expect so many responsibilities growing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, there's so many. Like, god damn. If wait, going back to like traveling to Japan, where would you guys want to travel to right now if you had a choice? Or could choose? I'm actually interested to hear that.
I
Would it be
have
Japan?
always wanted to go to Italy.
Oh, okay.
I saw a photo of Italy one day from a friend, and I was like, "Wow, that looks so beautiful and amazing." Also, the warm and the hot. So.
Oh yeah, that's the very
Oh yeah,
big
best
motivator.
reason. Best
That's-
reason why.
I don't want to say before, but that's why I went to Japan. Just don't tell anyone that, please.
Okay.
I'm not telling anyone, just everyone on the internet.
okay.
Myself, I think I would like to go anywhere in Asia, really, just because I enjoy the food. But I'd like to go to Paris and stuff as well.
Ooh, Paris is a good one.
And I guess a lot of the European countries too. Just to try their booze and their food and stuff. I'm a big foodie person. So,
Food, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love food. I love booze too. Yes.
I know my parents like went to Austria last year. And they really had a good time there, so I might try it out.
Oh, really? Austria.
Yeah.
I actually knew an Austrian, or however you say, in primary school. Like, he was my buddy, and he used to talk real funny. I just remember that. It's like a distinct memory for some reason. And he broke his arm. It was from Austria.
Okay.
And he couldn't speak English properly. That's all I remember. Yeah, that's very strange.
Okay, so because this is a mental health podcast, let's talk a little bit about mental health. So, Connie, how is your mental health?
Oh, my mental health? I mean, I'd say over the years, it does go up and down, like, as everyone does. I wouldn't say I have worse off in the whole world. There's obviously people who go through much worse than me.
Yeah.
But I think with mental health, if you understand yourself a lot, it makes it easier, I think. It helps you understand what you're thinking, why you're thinking, and how you can combat it to get through it, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you have anything like anxiety or depression or stuff like that?
I think
That
I used to have really...
Like to share, at least?
Yeah, I think I used to have really bad anxiety. Like, not in terms of like going outside or... Well, actually, I guess I used to have really bad social anxiety. But then, like, I kind of worked on that a lot to get it to where it is now, but it's still not obviously perfect.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm still like a socially anxious person to a degree, especially in public. And when there's like... when there's a lot of thought that goes into a social thing, it's hard. And there's like a fear of judgment or something. It's like it's there. But other than that, but like ever since going back to traveling again, ever since my trip, I think I've further, developed my ability to combat like my anxiety, because I had to deal with a lot of it when I was going on my holiday. So that helped.
Yeah. My trip to Sydney, my first ever time going to Sydney, helped with that as well. Because I had pretty bad social anxiety growing up. So I traveled alone for the first time ever. Yeah, and I got to experience new things and new people.
Yeah, because when you're alone, like, you only have yourself. You don't have anyone like, you've just your own friend, and you have to make friends. And then you realize, oh shit, this is so easy. Like, wow, I can do this.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, like, ever since like you learn how to deal with it, it gets a lot better. I think for me, everyone's different. It's a thing with mental things.
So you had quite a lot of alcohol growing up, right?
Growing up like kids?
Yeah, as a kid.
As a child?
You've been drinking alcohol since you were in the womb.
Yeah, I've been drinking since I was a baby, bro. I was born and drinking alcohol.
Oh, I think your mic cut out again.
Oh yeah, I did actually.
Yeah. Do you think there was ever a time when you've had like, or when you were like addicted to alcohol of some sort?
I think definitely. I think relied on alcohol. Maybe. I think can't really label it as like addicted because addiction is a lot stronger. Maybe, but I've relied on it to like get through certain like times. I would say, yeah, definitely, because it feels like it's an easy way out. You know, but obviously it doesn't help in the long run. It's only like a short term, band-aid that just gets ripped off as soon as, and then it kind of worsens when the sobriety hits, and then you're like, oh shit, like I just feel like ass, I wasted my time.
Yeah.
Of
No, we-
work. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely think that is yeah, but it was fun. Not just kidding.
So alcohol's never been a problem in your life?
I think, it's definitely a problem. Like, it's expensive. It's like it can seem as like what's the word? Like it's if you're doing it so regular that it could be a hobby and it's not actually a hobby. Like I feel like it could be a problem. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if drinking is a hobby.
That sounds like something an addict would say. Oh, drinking's my hobby.
Yeah, like if you could consider like drinking as a hobby, like it's probably not a good thing. But I wouldn't say as far as I drank every day. I drank like every weekend, which is like what you do as a hobby. Like go to the sports center every weekend for months on end, maybe.
Oh, so you're just a normal Australian bloke then, right? A normal Aussie bloke drinking on the weekend.
A normal Australian. Oh, I guess if you consider holidays, I drank every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's alright though. It's a holiday.
But I feel like drinking too much is also an issue that could be bad. You need to have some self-control when you drink alcohol.
100%.
Oh.
Okay, let's get into some questions. Ooh, yay. Fun, right?
Yeah, questions.
Okay. Oh gosh, my voice cracked. Oh gosh. Okay. If you could tell your younger self of 5 years ago or something, what would it be?
Am I starting this?
Yes.
If I had told myself 5 years ago, what would it be? What was I doing 5 years ago? It was 2019. Wow.
Oh gosh.
COVID-19. Wow.
Wow.
It can be 10 years ago, if that makes it easier.
Man, I don't know what I'll tell myself.
Your younger self.
Yeah, just my younger self.
Maybe like
Yeah,
some
just your
advice to
younger
give
self
yourself.
in general.
I don't know. I feel like it sounds like so stupid, but I feel like I don't know what I'll tell myself actually. I don't know. I probably wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't say don't do this.
Invest in Bitcoin.
Oh, maybe actually. I don't know. What if that like turns me into like a snob or something? I don't know. I don't know what I'll tell myself. What about you guys?
Don't date that girl. That's one thing.
Oh, okay. Really? You wouldn't date an ex?
Oh, definitely. It was an abusive relationship.
Bro, I had like hella abusive relationships, and I would still date them just to like experience that. Because I feel like those were like really, really good experiences.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't go through those experiences.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and having a bad relationship also shows you what you want in a girl. Like it helps you learn your type as well. Like you can have a type like of attraction, but like what you really want in a girl, you learn from having a bad relationship. So like, oh, you don't want a girl who does this, or like you want a girl who does that, or you want a girl who understands certain things, or like is more lenient towards certain things, patient, blah 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 blah. Like, I feel like, I don't know. But also, you could also just get lucky and get super good girl straight up, not have multiple relationships, breakups, and all that nonsense.
Yeah, another thing I would do is tell myself to commit harder to university.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Like, go for better grades, work on your assignments earlier, drink less.
Drink less.
Yeah.
Wait, you drank? I thought you didn't drink.
Dude, I used to be an alcoholic.
Really?
I'm a recovered alcoholic. Yeah.
Like you drank every day?
Yes, every day.
Wow.
I talked
What
about it
was
on
that
an
like?
earlier episode.
What was that like?
I
Like
used
to drunk every day?
Yeah, to drunk every day.
Wow.
I used to drink like a bottle of whiskey a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's epic. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
we're surprised it's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, I used to drink. I used to think I drank a lot, but I only really drank when I was like partying, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for those of you, like for those who don't know, Connie and I used to go out clubbing together a lot with one of our
Mhm.
other mates.
Yeah, club
That was
boys.
during our, I guess you could say,
Say how
alcoholic
it is.
times.
Yeah, alcoholic times. Say how it is.
Party
Well,
time.
like we just like to have fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I
That was
drink
fun.
alone in a dark, cold room. Damn.
Oh no, that's so sad. No, I'm kidding. It's-
Nah,
Right, we
I
can drink
think
together.
the settings that, yeah, our settings were completely different because it was kind of like a different kind of phase that we were all going through.
Mm.
You were alcoholics because of partying. I was alcoholic because of depression.
Yeah.
I guess we were both depressed. You just went to the clubs.
We just went to
I
the
think so.
club instead.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
You might be right there.
Yeah, that ass. That's so true, no?
I never thought about it that way.
We used clubs as our depression cure.
Yeah,
I
guess
did.
it was. Oh, I mean, I did mention it was like an escape, so
Oh
I
yeah,
guess you're right.
it definitely is. It's like you have fun in those few hours. It feels like it fixes everything. But really, when you sober up, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the question, what I'll tell myself of 5 years ago or when I was younger, I would say, like, get good at something. And if you're good at something, use that to like leverage to like build yourself something, you know, because I reckon I've missed a lot of like opportunities back then, you know, that I could have done things a lot better than I am today, but I wouldn't change any of that, I guess, just because everything that I've got now is because of what's previously already happened.
Yeah. I resonate with that. Like I went through some things where like I wouldn't change because it's like built character.
Yeah.
Like at a later date, you like kind of see, you look back and you're like, oh, like when you're going through it, you're like, oh fuck, like oh shit, it's so shit, blah blah blah. But then like you look back, like even like probably when we're like 18, we look back when we're like 14 or 15, we're like, oh, that was this, that was that. Now like I look back 5 years, 6 years ago, I'm like, oh wow, like that happened and now this happens. Like I feel this way because that happened. Or I learned this, or I'm better here, I'm better there. Like I've grown, and it's like you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
You can like see the growth in yourself.
Yeah. Even though bad things have happened, it's a lesson I needed to learn to become the person
Oh,
I am today.
Yeah. Because
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's who you were back then. Like you can tell yourself certain things. Obviously, this is like super like scenario, whatever. Like you can tell yourself like, oh yeah, you can tell yourself something 6 years ago, but have you learned that lesson that the person you're telling the future self telling the past self, like the past self still hasn't learned the lesson. Like they can be told, but they haven't got the experience and like the lesson learned that your future self has, and like the knowledge, the wealth in the mind, you know.
Yeah, I'm
Of
gonna
yourself.
be real. Even if I told myself 5 years ago a lesson, I wouldn't have listened anyway.
Yeah, same, bro. Like if I told
Facts.
myself like 6 years ago, like bro, like you should get into this job, like man, it's gonna be so good for you, you're gonna love it. I would back then I would be like, nah, fuck that. Like fuck, I'm just gonna play League of Legends. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Like hell no.
Yeah.
If I told myself like certain things, like oh man, you should stop clubbing like every weekend, just like once every like I don't know a month, have a good time just once every while. I'd be like, fuck no, I'm going clubbing every weekend, man. Like, it's so fun, blah, blah, blah. I love drinking alcohol, man. Tell myself, like, hey, man, you should diet properly. I'd be like, fuck, stuff that's too much effort. But now, like, I've grown, I'm like, I don't see that as like a task anymore. I like enjoy like cooking food and like dieting and whatever properly. But yeah, it's all like experience.
Yeah, I think one thing I would change, I guess, would be go to the gym more.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Go to the gym more.
I would say stop taking breaks from the gym. Like, just go constantly every day. Don't stop. It only helps you in every way.
Yeah, because we're aging, we're getting older. Our body's metabolism isn't working as well.
Yeah,
I should have went harder when I was younger. Yeah.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Damn, I could have been on the bodybuilding stage by now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for real. Take all the lessons and learn them.
Yeah, that's what I'll tell my younger self. Get into roids sooner.
Get jacked quicker.
Trust me, younger self. You're gonna want it.
Yeah, true. Just do it. Don't be scared.
Okay. So our next question is, what are your thoughts on relationships in this day and age? Okay, dude, just go off, King. I don't care what you say. I'm not gonna edit it out. Just go off.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I keep getting confused. Relationships in this day and age. I mean, I'll be honest. I've had like all bad experiences with relationships. Like every relationship, every relationship I've been in. Oh, I mean, the most recent one, I just feel like, well, it wasn't negative, but obviously it didn't work out, and it's for reasons. I mean, I suppose it's probably the most realistic one, but every other one is like super bad, I think. But that's really my personal experience. But I think dating in this day and age is like super difficult, and like it's a mind fuck. Like you have to please you have to tick so many boxes like straight away, and then like the slightest change in like behavior or like one bad day, I feel like girls are like super scared off, icked, and grossed out, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
But in terms of my relationships, huh?
Oh no, keep going. Sorry.
Wait, what was the question again?
Okay, what are your thoughts on relationships in this day and age?
Relationships in this day and age. I feel like a lot of relationships are like super casual nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like people really want super casual relationships. Like they don't want to be tied down as much as maybe the old days, potentially. But they also move a lot faster, I think, from my experience anyway. But like,
yeah.
But yeah, I've experienced like people don't want to be super serious, maybe, or super tied down. Maybe it's just people I've dated.
We covered this in like a earlier episode. But what do you think of polyamorous relationships?
Polyamorous is like you can have
multiple
bang
partners.
bang.
Yeah, multiple.
Yeah. Well, I would never partake if I was like in a relationship with someone. I wouldn't want them to meet or do anything with anyone else. So I'm not really a vote yes for that. But like I'm all for casual like relations.
Like no strings attached, yeah.
Yeah, no strings attached. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. What about you guys?
I guess the hardest part about dating is like how many people you can meet nowadays, especially because of the internet.
Oh, like tipping your toes in all the ponds.
My parents started dating before the internet was a big thing, okay? They met at church, okay? And now you can just go online and meet thousands of people.
Yeah.
And
So like they pick and choose
yeah.
a lot, right?
So it used to be like you could only meet people in your local community, and if you're lucky,
Yeah.
maybe like outside your local community. So you'll probably know like 100 men at max if you're a woman, or if you're a guy, you'll probably know like 100 women max. But now you have like Tinder, Bumble, Humble, Grindr,
Humble.
Internet.
Grindr.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
And
Yeah, like
you can
we've said, like, you know, like yeah, like we're talking about dating apps. Like you can literally just swipe. Like, oh, I don't like this guy's look. Oh, his mullet gives me
Yeah.
the ick. I'm gonna
Too many
swipe
options.
left.
So it's like too high expectation. Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to go too deep into it, even though I have a lot of opinions on it.
Go into it. Dive deep.
But people used to date their look match, or their equal, I guess. So if you were 5 out of 10, you would date a 5 out of 10.
Yep.
And so on. But now, because of dating apps, a 5 out of 10 girl can go for a 7 out of 10 guy, an 8 out of 10 guy. You know, what they say online, a high value man. Just because they have so much access now to stuff because of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah,
you have to do this, you have to fill this box. You have to like. I remember like one girl I talked to, the same girl actually, the crazy one. One of her
Which
boxes,
crazy one?
the one that freaking called me every day when I was in Japan.
yeah.
I think I'm cheating on her when we hadn't even met in real life. Like her expectation was, I had to basically act as if I'm dating her. Like, don't talk to any other girl. Mind you, she was talking to other guys, but she said she wasn't, which is so weird. But anyway, I had to not talk to any other girls. I had to not see any other girls, even though she didn't want to see me, not even meet me for the first time, which is an unrealistic box to check. But she wanted that expectation. And like another expectation was you had to have a golden retriever. Like she wanted me to get one.
What?
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 And that's so crazy. And you know why she can say that is because it's like she's like talked to like 1,000 guys, and like she's probably so like numb to like the dating scene that she just says these unbelievable things, and like some idiots like say yes, oh yeah, I'll do that for you, queen. So now she like has all these crazy expectations.
Simps have ruined the dating market.
Oh yeah.
And
They
it's
put
like,
all these
we
girls on
can't meet.
pedestals, so girls think, okay, a guy has to put me on a pedestal for me to date him.
Yeah. And wait like 4 weeks to have a first date. Like that is absurd.
It's
Like,
crazy.
come on.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
be
crazy.
Hmm.
Don't be unrealistic, love.
Don't be wasting our
You're
time.
mid at best, alright? Alright, Ali? No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, who now?
You're mid at best, woman.
Damn.
I'll link this to her later.
Okay. For the
man.
boys and men watching this podcast, from experience, Nova, from experience, don't be a simp. It
Oh,
will
yeah,
never
that's
work out for you. I promise you.
I've simped for a girl, and oh my god, it never works.
Mhm.
I can promise you, it will never work out for you.
No.
Okay, so final question. What is something about yourself that you wish was different?
It can be like looks, it can be like mentality, or anything.
I wish I had better hair. Honest to God, I fucking dread my hair. I have like a bird's
Like
nest
the
in my head.
color? Or the...
No, like my bird's nest and like my hair's thinning. Oh, I just wish I had better hair. No cap, this is dead serious. I'm very self-conscious about it actually.
Have you seen someone for it?
No. Yeah. Other than that, maybe like I had bigger thighs, like muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the girls like them thighs, bro.
I like the big booty.
What about you guys?
I wish I wasn't so mentally ill. That's the
Oh
start.
god.
Oh no.
Oh no, brother. Nah, I get you there. Me too, actually. That's another thing I'll change. I wish I had more I wish I had more.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. I was also like self-control and like
Mm.
emotion. I also wish I had more like what's the word? I had better decision-making skills, like in terms of relationship, not really like life, but more directed towards a relationship. I feel like I make bad decisions in that relationships.
Yeah, you gotta stop thinking with your dick, mate.
Yeah, very familiar. I mean, what?
Honestly, I wish I wasn't so autistic.
Me too.
Don't we all?
I wish I wasn't me. Okay.
Oh
I
gosh.
wish I was more educated.
Yeah. Oh, we could go on for days about what we wish was different.
Yeah.
I wish I'd be carbs.
For me, I think the one thing I would want different is just my height. I was
What height would you want to be though?
5'8" at least.
Damn, only 5'8".
Yeah.
Wait, what's
So
5'8"
when-
in centimeters?
5'8's like 172, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah.
You know what we should do? We should go do that. There's actually a surgery you can get where they like take bone from your body
Oh,
and put it in
no.
your knees.
Oh,
The limb.
get
you
my
seen that?
legs extended.
Yeah.
Limb
No.
extension.
Oh no, you know, I actually had a thought about that. Actually.
Really?
But then, but you know, like I'm not gonna do it because, you know, I'm
Bro,
quite
it, like,
like
cripples you.
coordinated and athletic. So like,
Yeah,
if I
you'd
do
lose
it,
all that.
I'm literally gonna be so uncoordinated. Like
Yeah,
these aren't
you'd
my
lose all
legs
that.
anymore.
You'll never be able to run
Yeah.
again, that's for sure.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, at
Okay.
least I'll look good. I'll look better in the dating market.
Oh,
I'm
hell
tall.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Wait, so what do you actually think about girls who say, "Oh, you gotta be at least 6 foot"? Like Connor doesn't have a problem with this. I
Whoa.
don't have a problem with this. Yeah, Cone's pretty
Oh.
tall. You're pretty
Bro,
tall.
I mean, I suppose like a lot of, okay, a lot of the girls I've met, they do say, "Oh, I like tall guy, you're tall," like blah blah blah. But I feel like it's not really like a winning point. Otherwise, I'd be probably more successful.
And then, like from my point of view, it's like, oh, okay, like you're short. Like a lot of like if you ask them, oh, like, do you think height matters? Usually they'll tend to be nice about it, like, oh no, I don't think height matters and whatnot. But obviously, deep inside, it does matter to them because it matters to me. Why wouldn't it matter to you?
Of course, everyone who says physical like appearance doesn't matter, that like they're lying. Come on, a physical appearance is like a big factor in being attracted to someone. You can be attracted to someone like as a person, but like you still would need to be physically attracted to them to be physically attracted to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can be attracted to someone as a person, but you can also be physically attracted to them. Otherwise, you're not. Like, it's two different things.
A saying I've heard is, attractiveness gets your foot in the door.
Yeah.
So if you're unattractive, you haven't got a foot in that door
Yeah,
to get
you
into a
got a foot.
relationship.
But then, like, if you're like me and your personality is corrupt, then you just get kicked out.
Yeah. So if you're good looking, they will open the door for you, and then your personality can get you in that door. But if you're unattractive, they're only gonna open the door for you.
Yeah, they're gonna be peeking at you from the window, going, "Hello, who's there?"
What are you doing outside? What are you doing out there?
Oh my God.
But nah.
I just feel the standards for men is just so high these days.
Oh man, like you gotta be fit, you gotta be fucking this, you gotta be rich, you gotta be nice, you gotta be a simp, but then also masculine, yet also a simp. Like it doesn't work.
Yeah, you gotta be like stoic, but you can't be too unemotional.
Yeah.
But if you're too
Yeah, it's
emotional, then they will
Gonna leave.
dump you. Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
dump
they
you.
leave. You show emotion, they're like bye, but then you're not emotional, they're like bye. So, like, what
Oh,
do you
he's
do?
emotionally unavailable. I'm dumping him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's too
Yeah.
emotional. I'm dumping. Oh.
Bruh.
He's got to be in shape, but he also has to have a dad bod. But he can't be too fat.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He can't be a gym rat, but he has to be in shape.
Oh man, the expectations, bro.
Yeah.
All I want from a girl is like to get me, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
What? You
Yeah.
you only want what?
just want one thing from a girl. That's it. That's absolutely disgusting.
He has to have a good income, but he also has to give me attention all the time. Like, what
Yeah,
is it?
right. Like he has to be able to provide, but like he can't be tired. He can't blah blah blah. Ugh. I experienced that recently. It's crazy.
Yeah. He's gotta be with me 24/7, but he also
Yeah.
has to make $1 million.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh gosh. Oh, we could go on and on about double
Oh, yeah.
standards. Oh my gosh. Okay, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up here. And guys, if you guys do enjoy, Connie being here as one of our guests, feel free to let us know, and we'll find a time to fit him in again.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me on here. It was a pleasure.
Everyone remember that this is just our opinions and it isn't a reflection of our actual characters. Right?
We're not real people, actually.
Anything that we said on this
Yeah.
podcast, anything we said on this podcast is just for fun. It's not actually who we are as people.
We're
right?
acting.
We
We're
definitely
acting
do
that.
not cheat on our girlfriends.
I've never cheated on my girlfriend my whole life.
I'm a man of God.
I'm a Christian man. I'm a loyal
Alright,
man.
guys, don't take it to heart. This is mainly for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, this is a bro talk podcast. We're just talking like bros.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching. Damn it! Okay, thank you for watching. This has been the SEN Podcast, and we're signing out.
Peace, everyone.